Global and Middle East, Israel-Gaza conflict. Israel has begun a daily pause in fighting across 3 Gaza regions to permit minimum humanitarian aid delivers. My question would be to Professor Imtiaz sir. They are trying to give a space for humanitarian help, but they are bombing on the humanitarian crowd. How do you see this?
No, it's very unfortunate that what Israel is doing is clear case of genocide. There is no doubt about it. But if you look a little bit inside, without the United States support and also some of the European countries' support, I don't think Israel could have done or what the thing that they have done they could do. There is a complicit role of the United States in this genocide, and we see now thousands of people coming out almost every day in different cities of the United States, in Europe. Yesterday also Berlin had a big demonstrations against Germany, because if you look at the weapons that Israel uses against Gaza and West Bank, 99% are provided by United States and Germany. These are 2 countries, and it's sad. It's very sad because the American people have come against it. This time the Jews have come against it, and they have pointed out, not in my name, but still, because of the military-industrial complex, because of the Israeli lobby. And I said I don't know whether in this show or some other show, I said United States should just declare Israel to be a 51 state of the United States. In that way it solves. At least the apartheid regime that is there now will cease to exist. There will be US laws applicable to Israel. Make it 51 state and do whatever you are doing. But to be to be complicit in this genocide, what is happening is this whole idea of Western civilization is getting eroded, and it's so sad, because there are a good number of people, there are a good number of institutions over the years that they have done, but all are collapsing. So it's really a tragic, particularly at a time when everyone can see what genocide is all about. This is the first time people are seeing live genocide, and this is going to remain in our head and the head of the children and generation after generation. So it's sad. I think it's time that Western countries should wake up and stop this genocide and try to resolve the issue in the Palestine.
But it is a 90 years long conflict, and without the support of United States, it would be tough to survive this country in the Middle East. Ukraine war future. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky signed legislation weakening anti-corruption agencies, promoting protest. Ukraine-Russia drone strikes remain escalating amid stalled ceasefire talks. ABC News is saying so. Do you think that Russia-Ukraine war will be ended soon, or it will be another prolonged war history in Europe?
Before I respond to that, I want to go back to both Pantho and Ishfaq Bhai on this issue of Arab world being silent. We have to be very careful of what we are saying, because the Arab people are demonstrating every day. It's not coming out in our newspaper, unfortunately. In Cairo, in Amman, in Turkey, every day, thousands and thousands of demonstrations. The issue is the elite, or those who are in power, they are in the pocket of the United States. Look at the number of US military bases in the Middle East.
Over 22.
And the Jordan king said the other day, very frankly, he said that if I say against US, I will be removed. There will be a regime change. And we are familiar with the word regime change in the Middle East. Look at the number of regime change that the United States was involved in whole of Africa. Whenever there was an independent movement, the person was removed. Name anyone and one can go one after another. So it's not that the Arab world is silent. I have to differ on that. The Arab world is coming out very sharply. Even Al Jazeera, look at Al Jazeera, in fact. The Palestinians,
continuous reporting.
Absolutely. The Palestinians have really appreciated what Al Jazeera did with all the pressure, you know. So my point is we have to be very careful. The Arab world is not committing genocide. There is a difference between the European countries and the United States. The European countries, their governments are committing genocide. That's the point, or complicit in genocide. The Arab world, you can say indirectly, but they are not silent. The only point is the elite is unfortunately is in the pocket of the United States. So the moment if they want to do something different, they will be removed. So I think we have to be, you know, we have to be spot on this. Otherwise, we demean what the Arab world is working or thinking about at this stage. Coming back to the question that you have raised on Russia-Ukraine war, I think this is you know, one can, with the protest and with this anti-corruption issue, you know, that institution getting dismantled, this is a signal where I think Zelensky's time is up. You know, it's a clear case. The war in Ukraine will end very soon. It's a question of time. I don't think they can continue. There's no way they can continue. It has unfortunately, Zelensky took Ukraine to a point where even if they win, still they will lose the war. You know, the fact is devastating. The whole country is gone. And there's one statistics which shows that almost 30% of the land is now in the hands of the United States.
Yes, correct.
Because the United States is giving money, it's not free. All the weapons that they're giving is not free. Not a single, they have to return. So almost 30% of the land is already in the hands of the United States. So whoever wins, doesn't matter, they have to pay to the United States today or tomorrow. So my point is, this is probably the beginning of Zelensky's end. Well, I've been saying this for quite some time, but I don't think Ukraine or Zelensky can continue the war the way they thought. And it's only time when the United States, particularly the military industrial complex again, when they will understand that it's not helping the American people, it's not helping the world, it's not helping the Europeans. I believe change is required, and it will come. So this probably is the beginning of something new.
You raised one question, that what is going on between Russia and Ukraine, and you said that 30%, more than 30% land is already occupied by United States. You know, NATO is an alliance for security.
Mm-hmm.
NATO is an alliance to protect themselves. Mm-hmm. Why NATO is not inviting Russia to be part of NATO? I will ask the same question to you, sir.
And you asked him first.
Sir,
maybe
would you please take
this
part?
This is
no. Well, so it's a good question, because if you look at the birth of NATO, one can understand when Soviet Union was present, and when West Germany joined NATO, that is the time when Warsaw Pact came into being. Warsaw Pact was not there before. You know, it came after when West Germany joined NATO, because that was also one of the red lines that don't do this. But when the Soviet Union with Perestroika and Glasnost, when whole Soviet Union was dismantled, Warsaw Pact also got dismantled. Some of us actually, we thought that NATO would get, you know, also will be dismantled. I remember one NATO military chief, I don't know whether Ishfaq Bhai was there, he came to BISS and was speaking, and I raised this question to him. I was a young chap at that time, and I said, you know, what about NATO's future? Aren't you going to dismantle now that the Warsaw Pact is not there? And he said, no, we need NATO because there may be natural disaster. And so
or beyond NATO involvement, like in Iraq and Afghanistan.
The fellow could have easily said, no, we want to span, you know, we have other agenda altogether. Yes. So now it looks that NATO is becoming a liability, because the question is how far the European countries are independent. That's the question. You know, I will go for an European NATO rather, or European security organization or alliance, rather than an US backed kind of thing. So I'm you know, I think Donald Trump on this makes sense, because Donald Trump is saying that, you know, we are helping you, but you're not returning I'm not getting anything.
So you
back.
have to give us money.
Yeah, look at what is happening in the United States. Infrastructure is really down. We are not in that stage as we were before. So you need to pay. So if they need to pay, I think they should rethink. They should start thinking of a European security alliance. We can come up with very beautiful names for that, and they can really become independent. They are not independent.
Yes.
I gave you some of the figures. Germany has 119 US military bases. Italy has around 40. UK has, I think, 20 or something. Belgium has 14. How can you be an independent country? Just imagine Bangladesh having one or two foreign military base. Would you call Bangladesh independent? Come on. So let's be, I think one should be very open on this. When Soviet Union was there, I can understand having 119 military bases in Germany. So I tell my German friends, doesn't make any sense. You have 119 military bases, American bases. You can protect yourself. You have money. Why are you, bringing another country to help you out? So I think it's time. Hopefully, the Europeans will wake up and start thinking of having their own security organization rather than depending on the United States.
Right, sir.